If you're a frustrated face-to-face insurance agent and you're ready to just throw in the towel, stop right now. I'm going to give you the tips in this video that are going to take you farther and help you hopefully get into more houses so that you can have a better potential to close more business and make the bucks that you know you're worthy of. So many insurance agents jump into face-to-face and they don't know some of these little hacks, these little tips, and then it's nothing but a tragic statistic that happens instead of them becoming a success story. And yes, sometimes, my friends, you're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. None of us are perfect, myself included. So let's get right after it. If you're taking notes, tip number one, very important. As you approach the door, I don't want you to hit the ding dong button. I don't want you hitting the doorbell. And I know you're probably thinking, are you kidding me right now? Why wouldn't I hit the doorbell? It's right there. Don't do it. All right, I'm telling you, friends, don't touch the doorbell. Stranger danger is what touches the doorbell. Just don't do it. When you hear the doorbell going ding dong, you're like, all right, who is it? What are you trying to solicit? Who's here? You're a stranger. Stranger danger is associated with the doorbell. Don't ever touch the doorbell. It's a last resort. So just don't do it. What I want you to understand is that friends and family will knock that door or just open it and go, hey. Now, I'm not saying you should ever open the door. Don't do that. Let them open the door. But my point is, friends and family, don't hit the ding dong button. Only strangers do. So how I want you to knock that door is going to be maybe a little different than you may knock a door in the past. What I want you to do is knuckle up. All right. And I want you to knock that door very firmly 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. And then wait. Give it a little bit. Maybe give it 30 seconds. And then I want you to knock it 3 brisk times, hard and fast again. Knock, knock, knock. And then I want to sit and wait. And you know what happens? There's a sense of urgency that takes place because there's 3 hard knocks. They go, oh, what is this? Now they're going to come to the door. You are now in control of the door. Sounds weird, but insurance sales is about a small level of control. But don't hit the ding dong button if you want to make the dollars in this space. A lot of insurance agents make this mistake. They get frustrated. They ding dong, ding dong. The clients are going stranger danger. They look out their windows. They see you and go, I'm not buying anything today. Or maybe they see you through the blinds because they've got those blinds at the angle that they can see out, but you can't see in. And maybe she's just sitting there and she sees you walking up. She goes, ding dong button. I'm not dealing with that ding dong today. And they don't buy from you. And I get it. It's frustrating. So don't hit the ding dong button. Knock that door, and you knock it briskly. And this is what $1 Million Roundtable agents like myself, as well as some other agents that partner here, will do if they're working in the face-to-face play. We don't put our hands on the ding dong button. And I know nowadays there's a lot of Nest cameras and there's the Ring doorbell, and it's so easy to go, oh, it's a Ring doorbell. Let me press that. Don't do it. That's what strangers do. People trying to sell them newspaper subscriptions do, or alarm systems. Just stop and don't do it. Fight the urge. And I want you to just knock that door with confidence and stand tall. Now, tip number 2, if you're taking notes that I want to share with you, is the client sees you most likely. And I want you to make a positive and powerful first impression, because you're not going to get a second chance to do so if they spotted you. All right. And it's not a bad thing that they spot you. You are the stranger that they haven't gotten the blessing of getting to know yet. So if you've got an apartment complex, maybe it's a 3rd floor apartment complex, they could be looking down at you in that parking lot waiting for you to show up. They can spot an insurance agent a mile away. Come on now, just like you can. So if they're in a single level home or a double level home, right, or a tri-level, they see you roll up because you had a 12 o'clock appointment. They're taking notes. How's this guy look? How's this guy look? Do I like him? Don't know yet. They're watching you as you even walk out of your car. So what I want you to be really mindful of in tip number 2 is how you hold yourself before you get out of the car. Guys, don't be cleaning your nose out, picking your nose, or preening your nose hairs, or doing weird crap. And we all do weird crap. Okay. If you don't, put it in the comments below, but come on. I think everybody does it. Are you honest enough to put in the comments? Is this helping you? And thank you, by the way, to all my subscribers that are interactive with me. I really appreciate what you do for the industry, helping others, and I hope this is really helping you and that you like this content, even if it's a little wacky so far. I hope it helps you make the wealth and find success. But we all have our own weird quirks. They look at you in the car. Am I doing this? Did I just like spill coffee on myself? Did I just take a weird drink of water? They're watching what you're doing. So when you roll up within eye shot of you. If you want to do weird stuff, go do it around the block. Do it at the other apartment, not where they can see you, at the apartment that you're going. I want you to get out of the car with a smile on your face. I want you to stand tall, ladies. I want you to stand tall, gentlemen, because they're taking watch of you. How do you hold yourself? Are you friendly? Do you have a smile on your face? Don't get out of that car like Grumpy Gus, like, oh, frick, this is going to be horrible. This is the worst day ever. Wah. You're not riding the ambulance, my friends. You're trying to find the wealth. What you do matters. Little things become big things. All right. So I want you to smile when you get out of that car. Stand tall. If your briefcase or satchel's in the trunk, go ahead and do it, but go get it confidently. Have a smile on your face and get it when you get out of your car. Be mindful of what you're doing because they're dialing in on you, even if you don't see them because they got those blinds sometimes. So get out of that car. And as you walk, if it's an apartment complex, I want you to wave like Vanna White. Everybody remember Vanna White? You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I want you to wave like Vanna White as you're walking through that parking lot and you see that third floor window. I want you to do a little bit of this because if she or he spotted you, they're like, oh, they got me. They saw me. Oh, I got to come to the door now. And that's what you want. If you're walking up to the home, maybe Margaret or Eileen is sitting there or Ernie's sitting there in the chair in their recliner and they're watching you walk up. They got their blinds in a nice tactical position so that they're taking a peek on you. And then you hit the dumb ding dong button and they're like, stranger, it's an insurance agent. I don't want to deal with that fool. Don't do this. Walk confidently from that car to the home, give a little Vanna White wave and a smile on your face like you can see them, even if they're not there. What's the worst that happens? You were waving to Casper. It's just fine. Do the Vanna White wave towards that window as you walk towards the front door and then deploy tactic number one, knock, knock, knock. It's powerful. Now they potentially will see you. And now they're like, oh, they saw me. I've got to step to the door because I don't want to be rude. This is all about you having a real connection with this person, and how they perceive you is going to maybe move the needle on how you can protect them because they go, hey, this gal was smiley. She looked really professional. This guy was really professional when he walked up towards my home and kindly waved. Kindness goes far. Even if you can't be heard, they know how you make them feel, even when you walk towards that door. So the power of a smile, a little Vanna White wave. If it's a third floor apartment, be mindful that they're watching you potentially. Do that little wave towards them and then walk up maybe those stairwells towards that door. Now that you're at that door and you've knocked, tip number 3, very important to you, is that you need to be looking at the peephole if there is a peephole. If there is just a door and no peephole, I want you to be focusing on the door with a smile on your face. You've got to be ready to engage with that consumer the moment that that door opens up. You've got to be friendly, and you should be friendly already, but you've got to have your friendly face on instead of sometimes us not even realizing what this face is showing. You can't be staring off at the ashtray or the cat tray over here or a pile of garbage in the corner or the neighbor's weird mat. You cannot have your eyes on all these things, and it's easy to do. In certain apartment complexes or even homes, it's kind of distracting, right? There's a lot of stuff around. You're like, oh, hey, look at this. Oh, hey, bunch of cats and dogs and barely stepped on dog crap and avoided it. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Don't do this. When you step to that front door, my friends, tip number 3 is powerful. I want you to be looking through the peephole, if they have a peephole, and I want you to smile. Knock, knock, knock. Look in the peephole. And there's normally light that comes through that peephole. You're going to know when that person comes to the front door because that peephole, the light is going to glimmer. When that glimmer happens, I want you to Vanna White wave. And if the name is Ernie, I want you to go, good morning, Ernie. Now they know that you saw them. They're like, how in the world? Now it gives you a more positive engagement with that consumer when they open the door. And then I want you to have your satchel or your briefcase in your left hand. And I want you to give your hand out as soon as that door opens up. Good morning, Margaret. Good morning, Ernie. So good to meet you. The greeting is so important. The greeting needs to be positive. It needs to be a really good impression because you are there to be intentional to solve the problem. And you should really mean it from your heart. What's in you will come out of you. But knocking the door, very important. Don't hit the ding dong button. Watch how you present yourself when you first get out of that car. Make sure that your collar's ready to go, that you're dressed to the nine. And then number three, that you never look down or in weird ways when you come up to that home. Little Vanna White wave will help you in big ways. Now, sometimes you get to that door and you're sitting there, nobody's there. Knock a couple times, knock, 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 wait about 30 seconds, knock again, wait a little bit longer. And if it's gone, to about a minute, awkwardly enough, it's not going to kill you to stand there for a minute or so, then go ahead and hit the ding dong button. Then see what happens. But never hit the ring doorbells or the ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling button that you see maybe glowing in front of your face. Fight the urge. And these little tips will take you far in the face-to-face play. And then when, let's say, somebody no-shows you or they noted you and they're not interested, you know what you can do? Instead of just kind of like tucking our tail and saying, I'm going to go home, I want you to knock the door across the street. I want you to knock the next door neighbor doors and introduce yourself. I just want you to come up and just knock, 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 same way you would have knocked all the other doors and say, hi, this is Jason. I was just popping by to, help one of your neighbors, Sally, with, some of these brand new life programs that got released here in blankety blankety. I just want to introduce myself and say hi and then see what you can do to serve them potentially. Now you've got the power of connection to these other doors that are surrounding you instead of us just slinking down and going, oh man, another bad appointment, wah, 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 which takes you nowhere. So keep your head up, my friends. Know that you can have more success than you ever may know when you deploy some of these tactics. Yes, tactics, but you do it with the best intention. So face-to-face insurance agents, you can do crazy good work with less leads than telesales insurance agents, and you're in a tighter geographic region. And we do recruit and partner with powerful insurance agents as well as agencies nationally to align here to sell life insurance, Medicare insurance, and a ton of annuities face to face, and more importantly, in the telespace. So if you need any free resources, no matter what work family you align with, jasonfinalexpense.com. I really appreciate all you subscribers and all of you that liked the video. That does help. And if this did help you, put it in the comments below. And if it didn't, tell me in the comments below too. You won't hurt my feelings. I'm actually appreciative of negative feedback as well. So thank you. I hope this helps you. If you need a good work family to call a home, reach out. We'll serve you as well. And I hope this video helps you to be a more empowered insurance agent that just grabs success by the horns and has a victorious career that maybe you didn't even see. And I hope that this just shines brightly for you. And I'm going to put some other videos up above that may be a good resource for you too. And remember, when the negative comes, never forget that you possess powerfully what it takes to take your career far, because you're going to be more fine-tuned than your competitors. We'll see you soon, my friends. I appreciate you.